Buzz? You tapped in? Okay, Goose, you tapped in too? All right, Chicago, y'all tapped in? All right, boys, let's crack 'em. Feel like Mike in the fourth with the ball in my hands and I'm taking a shot. I'm the king in the madhouse on Madison, whether I make it or not. Now the crowd going crazy, they watching the play and I'm watching the clock. Got my shot in the air and the buzzer go off and I'm watching it drop. This team did things, MJ shot City 6 rings. D-Rose too big, too fast, too strong, history. And we good on that, put Jilla on the track and we good on wax. 3, 2, 1, everybody say Bulls on tap, Bulls on tap. Our city pretty and gritty. Benny the bull in the crowd getting hyper and litty. Me, I'm so drippy, it's slippery, nothing offends me. Banners on banners, we winners. We got the stats in the news. Go and subscribe, hang out with Buzzy and Goose. Tapping with us, we the truth. Jilla just murdered the booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bulls on Tap. I'm your boy Buzz, joined by my dude Goose, a.k.a. Bulls Scripted. We're here to recap a Chicago Bulls win. That's right, we're back in the win column. 121-109 over the Charlotte Hornets. But before we do that, be sure to go on TapSportsNet.com for all Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at BullsOnTap, at OnTapSportsNet. Following Goose at Bulls Scripted, me at BuzzOnTap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us, 5-star rating and review, because that's cool and tough. If you are on the Facebook or the Twitter, fuck that. Go over to the YouTube. Subscribe to the OnTap Sportsnet YouTube channel. Hop into the comment section. Let's talk about these wins or losses or trade deadline speculation or whatever the hell that you want to talk. But narrative broken today. Narrative broken, Goose, because the Bulls won on national television, and I'm fucking happy about it. I have to see any bullshit today. Oh, the Bulls can't win on national TV. No, they fucking did. They won.
Yeah, I mean, luckily we got a favorable matchup on national television for the first time, and we were about as healthy as we have been all year for the most part here. So we got lucky. The stars aligned tonight, and the Bulls were able to take a convincing win from about that second quarter up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the big news of this game is we miss Ayo Dosunmu, who is in the concussion protocols after a headbutt with Matt Thomas. And that was actually not against the Suns. That was the Philadelphia game on Sunday that took place. So he actually ended up playing against the Suns. And then it was reported that he felt like foggy after the game. So they checked him out again. And it turned out that he had a concussion. So he's in the protocols getting checked out. The concussion protocols, that is, not the COVID protocols, the concussion protocols getting checked out. And I'm hoping he's not sidelined for too long. But Kobe White starts in his place tonight, Goose. And he gives us a good game. He didn't shoot great from deep. He shot 3 for 10 from deep, but he did a lot of good things tonight. Set the tone, hit a couple good shots in rhythm. He finishes off with 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists, 1 block, no turnovers in 38 minutes for Kobe White tonight. Played a pretty good game.
Yeah, anytime Kobe's got a 0 on his jersey and a 0 in the turnover column, it's a good night. So that's always a good feeling that he was able to step in. And then we had a pretty big but quiet night from Vooch, who kind of facilitated the Bulls offense for us tonight.
Yeah, he did. And, Vooch played a really good game tonight. So he started off offensively, at least with his shot. I felt slow. And then it just started kind of coming on. Like you said, they started kind of going on the little run in the second quarter. Extremely efficient day for Vooch. Did not take any free throws or shoot any threes tonight. Kind of rare for the three-point aspect of it all. But he goes 9 for 13 from the field tonight. 18 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists. God, he almost had that tripped up. And he had 3 blocks. 3 blocks tonight.
So do you feel that the lack of threes came from the fact that he was more the facilitating hub out of the post tonight instead of being that threat at the top of the key? Or
yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm going to have to go back, and I always watch the game a second time because, you're doing a million different fucking things as the game's on. You're on social media, you're fucking around with the kids or whatever. But, like, in the most part, I have to agree with you here. I felt like he was getting a lot of opportunities within the top of the key in the post, like to create for his teammates as they were coming around and going off of other screens and stuff like that, trying to get those guys free and then trying to look for his own shot, which I felt like he was set up a lot tonight to get himself going too. He had a couple good mid-range jumpers and everything like that. But no, I liked how they basically put Vooch against Plumlee to start this game. They put him in a little bit of pickle trying to guard the more skilled Vooch, and it kind of worked out. He was able to display more so of, everybody's like, oh, he could score with the best of them, but you kind of got to see the playmaking that we're accustomed to, at least from his Orlando days, and he's done that sometimes here as well. But you got to really see that today on national TV, that he can be a big man that, that can pass the rock. But the most impressive thing to me was his defense tonight. And I know a lot of people like to get on him. When you're not playing good defense in the pick and roll, and then you get your offensive player crashing towards the rim, Vooch gets put in bad situations a lot of the time. I mean, it's constant. Tonight, he was able to, go straight up. He was able to block some shots and make it happen. I think he played probably the best all-around game tonight.
Okay.
That he's played in a while. I know he had a great last week, but I just felt like it was displayed more tonight because he was doing everything instead of just one certain thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, we've had these big scoring nights from Vooch. We've had some gaudy rebound nights, but tonight you kind of have a really efficient shooting night on top of great rebound night and almost stealing that triple-double. And, like you said, he flashed the big mitts on the other end of the floor too. So definitely a great night from Vooch. We had Zach and DeMar both going torching tonight. That was a lot of fun, and that's kind of the story with this team and with the way the defense is they have to outshoot people, and we have the talent to do it. And on a night like tonight, it felt good.
Yeah, it did. And I think that's a good point, too, is like when we were talking about Vooch and segueing into DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, is Vooch kind of showed up tonight to help with the scoring load. But again, where it comes to the most important part of it is Vooch was doing those little things to help really get those. I mean, DeMar's been just fucking going all year. I don't really say, I guess no one really needs to get DeMar DeRozan going, but when he has reinforcements within his own team, that when the teammate is playing above what he has been playing, it really helps unlock DeMar as well. And I feel like Vooch's game really helped both of those guys do what they were doing. DeMar DeRozan, 13 for 19 tonight. 3 for 4 from downtown.
That's what I just had to double check.
Yeah, 3 for 4.
At least like 2 or 3, and I just had to double check the box score. I don't have a second screen, but I do have a cell phone.
Second screen. Yeah, 3 for 4 for him tonight. 7 for 10 from the free throw line. I'm telling you, man, he just keeps getting the line more and more frequently lately. Within I'm gonna have to look at the beginning of the season to now, like how much more a game he might be averaging from the free throw line. But yeah, 36 points, 5 boards, 4 assists for DeMar DeRozan. He did have 5 turnovers tonight. Very sloppy with the ball in the first quarter, as the Bulls were in general, who finished with 12 turnovers tonight. But the first half, they were just not there. I felt like they were being pretty careless. Zach LaVine, 40 minutes for him tonight. Obviously, the team is short-handed, but he goes 8 for 18, 5 for 10 from three-point land, 6 for 7 from the free throw line. He finishes with 27 points, 7 boards, 5 assists. He only had 2 turnovers, but 40 minutes for Zach LaVine tonight, and he was cooking from downtown, man. He's showing off being in a three-point contest again.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of an interesting minutes total, though, coming off of the back spasms. Obviously, he got a little bit of rest. He did play against the Suns, but I saw a couple of tweets out there about him grabbing at his back after a layup attempt, too.
I missed it. I must have been doing – I don't know what I was doing, but I was doing something because I did not see that. I'm sure if you type it in the Twitter search bar, we'll find it somewhere, but – I didn't see him doing that. He finished the game, and even after I saw that tweet, he still played another 8, 9 minutes, 10 minutes. So I think he's all right. I think he'll be.
No, yeah, I think he's all right too. Just a little interesting to see the minutes total that high. Obviously, extremely short-handed at the guard spot without Io tonight, on top of our other current injuries. So I guess that's somewhat expected, but with a lead that big, maybe Zach doesn't need to be in there at the end. Although they were pressing, so
they were pressing. Yeah, they started to press here. I mean, because the game was dead even. If you look at it quarter by quarter, the Bulls scored 28 points in the first quarter. Charlotte scored 29. Right. In the second quarter, the Bulls scored 30 to Charlotte's 16. The third quarter, they were tied at 31, dead even. In the fourth quarter, Charlotte scored 33. Bulls scored 32. So it was like really that second quarter where they took off against them and were able to like really pad that lead because it was dead even from there on out. And there's a couple times in that fourth quarter I thought the Bulls were going to blow it. I really did.
Yeah, when Miles Bridges hit those back-to-back threes, I got a little weary. I think the lead was down to about 8 at that point, and I was like, all right, come on, let's tighten it up because it is still just free passes for everybody on defense right now.
Yeah, absolutely. The defense is it's pretty putrid. And a guy off of our bench who had a pretty good. I'm going to shout him out because he did have a pretty good game. I mean, he blew a fucking point blank layup that Zach LaVine fed him a pass to, but that was our guy TBJ, Troy Brown Jr. But he goes 3 for 6 tonight, 2 for 3 from downtown. He scores 8 points, has 4 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals. And he's a plus 17 in the plus minus. So I give TBJ credit for playing a big minute game today, and basically, he had a couple mishaps, but he played an all right game, which could be his last Chicago Bulls game, depending on what happens tomorrow. Chai Sports Fan just fucking put it there too. Look,
our buddy Chai Sports Fan is kind of hinting at the fact that he's out of here. I wouldn't be surprised, just because he doesn't really fit like a playoff rotation. I do feel there's probably a veteran out there, whether it's Schroeder or somebody else that you include him for. That probably does benefit this roster more than he does at this point in time, given the contract situation. He's probably trade bait. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty fair assessment.
I read a rumor today that Schroeder wasn't going to be moved.
I'd give Chai Sports a 7 out of 10 on the scale there.
On a scale? Oh, yeah, 7 out of 10. How likely do you think? Yeah, I mean, maybe a 7 out of 10 on Let's Play a Game, rate 1 to 10. How likely do you think this was Troy Brown's last game as a Bull? I'll say 6 just for shits and giggles. I don't know, though, man, because Schroeder, from what I read today, was taken off of the market. I don't know how true that is. Obviously, it's the NBA trade deadline.
Everything's on a 5-game win streak. So
right.
Maybe they've
had Charlotte is now on a 6-game losing streak. And that's fucking crazy, man, because, I mean, if you remember, they were up there, they've been fluctuating all year with some crazy win streaks and some crazy losing streaks. But looking at this team, and I understand they're missing Gordon Hayward, which what else is fucking new? It's Gordon Hayward. I mean, when does he fucking play anyway?
He left Utah, collected a bag, and has just been like, I'm going to play video games and sit on my ass and collect this bag.
I mean, he went to Boston and he missed a ball. I mean, he got fucked up in Boston. That injury in Boston was fucked up.
The injury there, it was...
Yeah, that was bad.
I mean, I'm not trending, but
right.
to come back, and now he's Chandler Parsonsing us and just not playing basketball.
Oh gosh, what a name drop! But I mean, this team just seems too talented to me to be on a 6-game losing streak like this. So you look up and down this team, and like Stacy and Adam were pointing out in the beginning, this team likes to get out and run. They have the second highest pace within the NBA right now. And I feel like they're creatures of feel. And what I mean by that is, like, when the fucking crowd is pumping, I usually feel like this team is just winning. And that's just from watching a lot of Charlotte Hornets basketball this year on League Passes. I like LaMelo Ball. I love Miles Bridges. He played in the Big Ten. So I like to check in on those guys. Just to see.
What do you think about somebody like P.J. Washington being potentially available? Is he somebody you'd like to see the Bulls go after?
Yeah, but I still feel like he's undersized. I mean, for what we're looking for. I mean, if we're honestly, PJ's 6'7". I guess he's
not a Giannis stopper.
Oh my God, no one's a fucking Giannis stopper. It's like when they were calling Jimmy the Kobe stopper when he played Kobe. It's like you just got to hope to contain him. You can't stop him. But I like the idea of PJ Washington. I would like it to be the PJ Washington that plays at the United Center though and fucks us up a lot. That's the one that I would like. But
you want opening night.
Yeah, just draining fucking threes and shit. Yeah, that's the PJ Washington I want. But there was a picture floating around today of Patrick Williams in a video taking shots, and they said he's conditioned already.
Well, I mean, it's his hand, so you can sit around and ride a bike.
Well, when you fucking have a cast on, right? I mean, you lose something there. I mean, I feel like it would take a pretty long while to build it back up to strength. No?
I mean, but conditioning, like the rest of his body, maybe that still needs
you think that's what they meant instead of like, maybe I misread it?
I mean, I think they're thinking like in terms of like cardio. Because that wasn't taken away from him.
Yeah, I kind of thought, like when I had read the conditioning.
Shooting, we've been watching that for a couple weeks,
Well, yeah.
Rounds without the cast and then put the splint on and then no cast anymore, clapping on the bench. I don't know.
Well, Juice has that American Express card, so you can get in early at the United Center with that. Mm-hmm. And him and I have been going to the 100 level, before like they let the masses in, and we've been watching shoot around. And I've been watching Pat here and there take shots. He looks good. I mean, he looks good. I thought when I read the conditioning thing, like, oh my God, the wrist is going too. I'm like, holy shit here. I'm like, so they're going to start
next week. What?
Right. Like they're going to start ramping up maybe after the All-Star break. I don't know. I was kind of hoping for it, but yeah, I mean, if he's getting back into the swing of things, again, I still have my prediction of mid-March where all these guys start funneling back in at the same time. But we'll take a question here. What is your opinion on the Bulls deadline trades? It's from Jeremy Munoz. Get off of me, cat. Sorry, it scared the shit out of me. Fucking cat freaked me out there. Yeah, deadline deals for the Bulls. I don't know. I think that they go and find size. I don't know who it is. I don't think it's Jakob Poeltl. I don't think it's going to be him. Apparently they scoffed at us for offering a second-round pick for him. The Dennis Schroeder thing, I think they wanted Kobe or something like that. I don't feel like the Bulls wanted to give him up because just didn't make
not for that.
Yeah, a ton of sense.
Schroeder's on like a prove-it deal. Like it's not like you're getting him long-term. You're getting half a season out of him. That's not worth Kobe White.
Right. So, I mean, I don't really know where the Bulls go. I mean, there's size that's floating around out there. We've talked this a bunch of times on the show. Like, we don't know if it's going to be the buyout market where the Bulls go or anything like that. But that's the crazy thing is they're not linked to a lot of people right now. You heard the Jeremy Grant thing. What was that, like a month ago, right? Like maybe a little.
The Millsap murmurs if he's bought out.
Yeah, and then I'm seeing the Lakers are highly interested in him. It would just make perfect sense. Just go over there with LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook. But
at the same time, he just tried that.
Yeah, it did work.
And you went and you played with a super stacked team. Like, do you think you're going to get a lot of minutes with Anthony Davis over Dwight Howard with Anthony Davis? Like, do you think this is really logical? I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I read that the Lakers trying to move Dwight Howard too. I don't know what the fuck's going on. This trade deadline is so odd to me because, like, I mean, the CJ McCollum trade was huge. Like, I do believe that's a really big trade. And if Zion Williamson ever emerges from whatever cave he's in, he might be able to fucking play with some of the talent that he
never emerges from the gumbo.
Well, it might be like the third fucking coming of Zion Christ or whatever. I'm not trying to be religious here, but my God, how many times is this guy going to rise from the fucking dead here? I mean, I just don't know. But CJ McCollum going over there, Sato getting traded 70 million times within the last 48 hours.
I saw somebody's tweet about Sato being the worst basketball player in
the league. Oh, man. Like, that sucks.
I didn't know it was that bad for him. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, Jesus H.
Garpax curse.
Yeah, no shit. But, I mean, again, I think they look for size. I don't know about you. I'm pretty sure if they're going to do anything, it'd be something size. But I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger on some sort of massive deal that we all freak out about. I do not see that happening anymore like I did probably like 3 weeks ago. It just kind of, I feel like it slowed down a bit.
Yeah, I think we accepted the reality pill that Pat is Acme's golden boy. And though we may not have the utmost confidence yet, they do. And for the most part, contractually, like he's their ticket to the flexibility that they currently have and they get to keep. So I can see where holding on to Pat is extremely important to them. I mean, but the same thing for other teams. If they wanted to get in there, Pat does seem to have the respect and the value around the league to get that kind of thing done. So the Bulls could be players if they wanted to be. It's really just a matter of what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I was hoping for a big swing, like the John Collins thing that we had talked about for a long time on one of our prior episodes. Like that was something I kind of looked forward to because a guy that can operate alongside of Vucevic, right? So I just kind of thought that would be great, but that would probably take so much. Honestly, I feel like it would just take a lot. So I don't know. If they stand pat, they stand pat. No pun intended to Pat Williams. If they make a trade, they make a trade. I guess I would be curious, too, if none of these injuries happened, what the right call would be to make. Obviously, maybe a little bit more size, like here somewhere, but I wouldn't want to blow it up either because I was like, when they were winning and everybody was healthy, dude, I was excited to see what playoff basketball looked like with that team. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah, I mean, and the excitement of being able to double dip, having somebody like Pat for the future or somebody like Kobe for the future while having the compete now guys as well is a comforting thing. And whether now Io is swapped in that place for Kobe with his emergence or not is obviously a completely different topic in itself. But having these young pieces that you get to look forward past this season and next season with is a good feeling to have while you're contending. So having that nice blend is ideal, but at the same time, if this is our only window, we got to fit it in.
Right. God, I hate you, Jim. He got me bad. But no, Alex Rude got us with a comment here. This is how we all felt before last year's trade deadline when Nikola Vucevic joined the squad. We didn't see anything coming, and then all of a sudden, Casey Johnson is on with Bernstein and Rahimi on 670 the score, and he's like, "Whoa, I'm breaking a trade right now." So, Vucevic is coming to the Bulls. I don't know. The Bulls don't have the assets they had last year at the trade deadline to make something of that magnitude, I don't think, to happen. But I never say never, right?
But, well, I guess let's put this into perspective. If that was their level of urgency, being on the fringe of being a bubble-like team, kind of, play-in team there, what is their level of urgency with a roster that could legitimately contend?
That's a really good point, actually.
Were they hot and heavy for Sabonis? Like, are they working something for Grant? Or are they just waiting for no better offer to come because that offer's not coming from the Kings anymore? They're probably done. The Pacers are about done shipping shit out for the most part.
Portland is another dark horse that I've read with
Are you
Grant.
going to take Talon Horton Tucker and whatever picks the Lakers can scrap together? Probably not. Like, at a certain point, does Detroit just go, fuck it, we got to take the best deal available? Obviously, they can easily wait till draft night, know what draft assets they're actually getting for him. That would probably be nice. But at the same time, if they're just getting lowball offer after lowball offer, at a certain point, you got to bite, right?
No, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I really didn't put it into that that thought that you just put into it of last year they're a fringe playoff team in the bubble, and then they trade for Vooch, to really try to push to get in there. This year, they're at the top of the conference. I mean, they've been at the top of the conference for like 2 months. So are they going to really try to push forward to do something, or did they make that trade last year for Vucevic to put some sort of high-end talent around Zach to see what the fuck you had with him? I mean, there's a couple different. I want to go with your option because I want fireworks. I want something fucking badass to happen tomorrow that we don't see coming again. But it's just
Woj having a trade deadline special with Zach Lowe like usual.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I know that Stadium and Shams will be on that live stream that they do all day. On Twitter. So I'll probably have that on.
Our boy, I'm off tomorrow. So
well, there you go. Fucking A. Our boy, Alex Rude says, Collie said Larry Nance is a name that could be on the move again. He absolutely could be, but he got knee surgery, I think, today. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm not wrong here. So, like, I'm typing that into fucking Twitter right now because I'm like 90% sure I saw. Can confirm Larry Nance is scheduled to have surgery on his right knee on Friday. He hasn't played since January 5th.
So he hasn't even had surgery yet, and that's coming up in 2 days. So
yeah, so I don't think
not really somebody that's going to save us.
Yeah, I don't think that's
somebody to add to the 6 to 8 week list.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, man. I like I said, don't know where they go. I'm confident in the team when they're healthy, but I still think that they needed another piece to push them over the edge. So we'll see what happens. But again, good team win tonight.
Okay. Hey, even better here though. We've wanted Bagley. Sabonis is now in Sacramento.
Dude, if it happens, I'm telling you now. If it happens, I'm marking the fuck out.
I mean, because the report is that they intend on keeping Harrison Barnes for this playoff push. So if you have Sabonis, you're keeping Barnes. Obviously, I'm sure their intent's probably to play Sabonis, 5 and him 4 and go small quite a bit there. But Bagley's got to be closer to being available at this point, right? Like he wasn't included in the trade.
He should be available for minimal. Just matching salaries is what he should be available for. And if the Bulls are able to get Marvin Bagley, I'll look at that as a fucking.
Brown Jr.'s gone.
Well, I don't think that it has to. I think be DJJ too, or DJJ. I think it's got to be because they got to match salaries.
Could we send Matt Thomas and
We're gonna have to pay somebody to take Matt Thomas.
Well, that's okay. We can send cash too. That's
he did hit a deep ass 3 tonight, though. I'll give him credit there. See, I should have been more prepared and already had the NBA trade machine pulled up to see what it takes to actually grab Marvin Bagley. I'm just going to do that live on the show because why the fuck not? I really, I don't care.
No, I mean, you just have to think with that deal. Like they have fully just flat out told Bagley and his agent, "We're not paying you. We just traded for an all-star in your position. So your time's kind of up. So like they gotta want to recoup something. I'm actually surprised that he wasn't included in the trade.
Well, maybe they have a bigger idea for him. So yeah, no, that fails. So it's gonna have to be. I'm assuming like DJJ is gonna have to be a big part of this trade.
Okay.
So and that's fine with me. I mean, I like having Derek Jones Jr. here, no doubt about it. But oh yeah, I think that might be it. So it'll be what Derek Jones Jr. and Tony Bradley, and then let me see if that works for Marvin Bagley. Boom, bitch, it works. So do it now, because I mean he makes $11.3 million. Derek Jones Jr. makes $9.7 million, and Tony Bradley makes $1.7.
Forget as a second round pick that his salary would be that high in the last year of his deal.
Yeah, so he's got $11.3 million year for this year. So I mean, according to the projections that the ESPN Trade Machine and Fanspo does, it adds 0 wins to the Bulls. I think we both know that's probably bullshit. I don't. That's accounting into minutes that Marvin Bagley's played this year, how he's been kind of cast away on the bench and shit like that. I would love to see Marvin Bagley here in Chicago. I would be really, really happy. I don't know. But that would probably be like my low key happiest trade we can make, because I loved Marvin Bagley when he was in college, and I thought he was going to be a real problem here. In the NBA, it just hasn't really worked out for him. Again, our dude Alex Rude says that the most likely package he sees was DJJ and Kobe. Yeah, no, I don't think we need to do both. I really don't. I mean, I swear to God, I don't think we need to do both.
No, I don't think you should have to either. At that point, I'm not really interested either.
Right.
Like,
I don't want.
I'm losing Kobe. Like I'm taking a flyer on a rookie that you've like ruined the career of in the last year of his contract. That's what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to give you something very good. You've fucked this kid. You just traded for somebody that's an all-star in his position. We're trying to save him. You're going to take these scraps and you're going to like it. And you're also the Sacramento Kings.
It's like a change of scenery thing for him, where I think like it'll like really benefit his career.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that what we've seen with the culture here in Chicago and what we've gotten out of somebody like Io, just as quick as that's happened, that somebody like Bagley with the right opportunity probably could succeed here. We do need the backup in terms of size, and hopefully we wouldn't have to see Tony Bradley anymore.
Oh man, I like his attitude though. Just a hustling fucking guy, that Tony Bradley.
Except for when it counts, like stopping something driving down the lane.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why.
Then he's just a jolly fellow who'll smile and wave at you.
It's the homer in me that ends up loving all the players on the team except Matt Thomas, really. So I just don't like Matt Thomas. But yeah, I don't know, man. We have till what did we say it was 2:00 tomorrow Central Time is when the trade deadline, because it's 3:00 Eastern time it ends.
That sounds correct in my brain.
In your brain, yeah. So I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I'm fucking stoked. Like, it's always a big day. The Bulls are a competitive team. NBA trade deadline's so fun. I hope they make something happen. And if they do,
you got to think we at least scoop some kind of veteran to take like Matt Thomas's spot, for instance. With
that Michael Scotto guy, Michael Scotto. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
I was listening to his spaces today. I guess they like do a weekly spaces. It's usually like when I'm really busy at work, but I was happening to be on Twitter today, and I was listening to some of it. And he was saying that I think he was saying, if I'm not mistaken, that he pictured the Bulls more of a buyout destination than a trade destination. What I mean by that is that they're not going to trade. They're going to wait for the buyout market and then go pick the scraps and see what they can get to benefit their team.
In previous years, that might have scared me. Given our current situation, though, we are between location, situation, player-friendly coach, player-friendly teammates. All around, we're a pretty desirable place to come. Like if you have an option, so that might be the best route. Like that might be, in terms of the culture, the morale, and everything they've built around this team, just the most ideal situation. Like just get something good for free. And who doesn't like free shit?
Yeah, everybody loves free shit. And if you say you don't love free shit, you're being ignorant. You're lying. Everybody loves free shit, but I would be remiss if I don't say, man, I want them to fucking take a swing at the pinata. I want candy everywhere. I want fucking the biggest move without trading anybody I like. That's what I want. I mean, I like BJJ, but this whole Marvin Bagley thing, I got to shout out our dude Yump, because him and I have been texting about this for like the last 2 months about Marvin Bagley. I wrote an article over at ontapsportsnet.com about a possible trade for Marvin Bagley. Like, I like Marvin Bagley, brings some size, he brings some good rebounding. I think he'd do well over here. And Billy Donovan is just the correct coach to untap his potential. So that's what I want to see happen. So I guess we'll have to wait until 2 o'clock tomorrow.
I was gonna say we don't have to wait too long. I get to sleep in. Not that I can do that anymore because I've gotten old, and like 6 hours hits your brain, and it's just like you're done.
Just like you wake up like 5 a.m., dude.
You're done.
That's me, dude. Wake up at 5 a.m. every day, even on the weekends. Just boom. Even if I drank like a crazy amount of alcohol.
Oh, my body wakes me up earlier if I have a drink because it's like you're dying, you need water. Get up.
Oh yeah, see, no, I don't. That my body doesn't do that. It's usually just like
I
wake up right away, and then I go and I crawl into the shower, and then and then I crack another beer to take the hangover away. That's not how I do it. So on the weekends, sometimes that's actually how I do it. But then, that's where I'm. Jesus Christ, that's where I'm at right now. Next game is on Friday against Minnesota. Minnesota is a good team, a good young team. Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns will be in town in Chicago. I will be at that game. I know my boy Alex Rude will also be at that game. Are you going to buy a ticket and come to that game? Probably not.
What day is it?
That's Friday.
No.
Damn it.
Tomorrow's my only other day off.
Oh, that's bullshit. Yeah. But, yeah, the game starts at 7 p.m. It's going to be a pretty fun one. I was actually really happy that this game was in my package because I've been dying to see Anthony Edwards play live. So I get that opportunity on Friday, and hopefully the Bulls will be able to take him out. Unfortunately, right now for the Bulls, against the 29-25 Minnesota Timberwolves, they are the underdog at home, according to the matchup predictor for ESPN. 51.2% chance that the Timberwolves pick up a win. So I think we should all say this. Fuck you to ESPN real quick. Not a shot there.
And scrape together some pennies if you can and go throw some money on the Bulls.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You got anything else, man, before we head on out of here?
No, I mean, I guess just buckle your seats. This was the last game before we find out what our team's going to look like outside of the buyout market here. So let's see if anything happens by 2 o'clock tomorrow. I mean, that's kind of crazy. And this one really stuck up on me just because I'm not on Twitter nearly as much as I used to be.
And we're winning.
Yeah, and we're winning, which makes time go by quicker too.
Right.
So, before we used to have like countdown days because you find out what kind of draft assets we were getting, and now it's like, holy shit, the trade deadline's tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Like, this is real. So no, I'm really excited for tomorrow.
Yeah, I am too. And if anything big happens and you're listening to this, which would be what is tomorrow, Thursday morning, we will do a show tomorrow. If something big happens with the Bulls and they make a trade, no matter what kind of trade it is, we'll do something just to talk about it. And also, Jim, you're asking what section we're in. We're in section 328, row 2. 328, row 2. So if you want to come and sit by all of us, me, Alex, Burke, Juice, section 328, row 2, you can come hang out with us. We hang out at the bar up there all the time too, and watch whatever other games are on the TVs. And just
did anybody find you for free beers last game?
What was that?
Did anybody find you for the 5 free beers last game?
No, but I got free beers.
Oh,
I got free beers, man. I was in bad shape. And we recorded too. I sobered up because I ate, but I was still like I felt like I was in a spaceship. Is how I kind of felt, so it was pretty great. Jim says, oh wait, I think I'm busy. No one gives a fuck, Jim. Go smoke more meat and make it dry like you always do. All right, we'll be back on maybe Friday, maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday, maybe just this weekend after the Bulls play or make a trade. Be sure to go on TapSportsNet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcast needs. Following us on Twitter at BullsOnTap and on TapSportsNet. Following Goose at BullsScripted and me at BuzzOnTap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us, 5-star rating and review, because that's cool and tough. Also, go over to the YouTube, on Tap Sportsnet YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. Hop in the comment section. Watch the guys make fun of me and Goose and try to make us laugh and be idiots in here. It's great. It's a fucking fun time because I am also an idiot. And, it's just a great time here amongst Bulls fans. Again, we'll be back tomorrow if the Bulls do anything. And then after that, I don't know when we'll be back. Probably Sunday or some shit. But anyway, let's go Bulls.